Imagine a tiny distant world, a cosmic wanderer named Pluto. It moves slowly, silently through the vast darkness of space. Its journey is long, nearly 250 years for one orbit. As it travels, it passes through 12 special regions of the sky, the zodiac signs. Each sign is a chapter in a great cosmic story. Pluto's slow dance marks the rhythm of deep, powerful change on Earth, a celestial clock ticking off generations and great transformations. We are all passengers carried by cosmic currents we're only beginning to understand. Pluto is the planet of transformation. It represents endings and new beginnings. It governs the hidden forces that shape our world. Our journey begins with Pluto in the fiery sign of Aries from 1851 to 1873. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It is the sign of the pioneer, the warrior, and the innovator. Its energy is explosive, courageous, and fiercely independent. During this time, the world felt this Aries fire. This was the age of pioneers pushing westward across America in the gold rush. It was an era of bold individuals and daring new ventures. Nations were expanding their territories with aggressive force. The spirit of Aries was everywhere, in the ambition of empire builders and the courage of explorers charting unknown lands. It was a time to begin, to fight, and to claim new ground. The Aries era was marked by conflict and creation. The American Civil War was a defining event, a nation fighting itself to be reborn. In Europe, wars of unification redrew the map, creating modern Italy and Germany. Next, Pluto moved into the steady, earthy sign of Taurus, from 1884 to 1914. Taurus is the sign of the bull. It represents wealth, resources, land, and the material world. Its energy is grounded, determined, and focused on building lasting security. After the fiery explosions of the Aries era, the world settled into a period of intense industrialization and wealth accumulation. This was the Gilded Age. Great fortunes were made in oil, steel, and banking. The focus shifted from pioneering to possessing. Nations competed not just for territory but for economic dominance. The world was building its financial foundations, for better and for worse. During Pluto's time in Taurus, the global economy became deeply interconnected. The values of Taurus, money, stability, and material comfort, became the primary drivers of society. This was the era of the first skyscrapers, monuments to wealth and power. It was the age of the automobile, which transformed our relationship with distance and personal ownership. But this focus on material gain also had a dark side. Pluto, the planet of transformation, exposed the shadows of this system. It revealed deep inequalities between the rich and the poor, leading to the rise of labor movements and calls for social reform. The world was building an empire of wealth, but its foundations were already showing cracks. From 1914 to 1939, Pluto journeyed through Gemini, the sign of the twins. Gemini governs communication, information, travel, and the power of ideas. Its energy is quick, curious, and adaptable. This era began with the world plunging into World War I, a conflict fueled by a complex web of alliances and propaganda, a dark side of Gemini's communication. But this period also saw an explosion of new ways to share information. The radio became a household item, connecting people through the airwaves. The telephone network expanded, shrinking the world one conversation at a time. The age of mass media had begun. Pluto's transformative power worked through the realm of ideas. Old ways of thinking were shattered. Surrealism, jazz spread rapidly across the globe. The automobile and the airplane became widespread, making travel faster and more accessible than ever before. This Gemini energy connected people and cultures in unprecedented ways, but it also created new forms of control. Governments used propaganda to shape public opinion. The media became a powerful tool for both enlightenment and manipulation. The power of the word was changing the world. Then from 1939 to 1957, Pluto entered the sensitive, protective sign of Cancer. Cancer is the crab, a symbol of home, family, nation, and security. Its energy is emotional, nurturing, and fiercely loyal to one's tribe. This era opened with World War II, the ultimate expression of tribal conflict. Nations fought to protect their homeland and defend their people. The world turned inward, and borders became powerful symbols of safety and identity. The theme of national security dominated global politics. The idea of us versus them was at its peak, as Pluto in Cancer exposed the deepest fears around survival and belonging. After the war, the Cancerian focus on home and family shaped the post-war world. This was the era of the baby boom, a massive population increase that celebrated life and the continuation of the family line. Suburbs grew rapidly as people sought to create safe, secure homes for their families. The concept of the nuclear family became a cultural ideal. On a global scale, new organizations like the United Nations were formed, an attempt to create a larger global family to prevent future conflicts. Pluto in Cancer forced humanity to confront its most basic needs, the need for safety, for belonging, and for a place to call home. Pluto made its grand entrance into the dramatic sign of Leo in 1957, where it stayed until 1972. Leo is the lion, the king of the zodiac. It represents creativity, self-expression, leadership, the spotlight. This was the age of the individual. The cultural stage just exploded with charismatic personalities. Elvis Presley, the Beatles, worshipped for their unique style and creative power. This period was also defined by a grand, dramatic competition on the world stage. The Cold War, the United States, the Soviet Union. The space race was the ultimate Leo performance. Each mission was a spectacular display of national pride and technological prowess, captivating a global audience. The theme was about being the best, the first, the brightest. Pluto's journey through Leo put the spotlight on power, ego, and the creative force of humanity. It was a time of great drama, personal liberation, and a celebration of the unique spark within each individual. Following this cosmic performance, Pluto moved into the practical, analytical sign of Virgo, from 1972 to 1984. Virgo is the sign of the healer, the worker, and the analyst. Its energy is focused on health, service, efficiency, and fixing what is broken. After the party of the Leo years, it was time to clean up. The world began to focus on the details. The environmental movement gained massive momentum. People became aware of the damage done to the planet. We started to analyze our impact, focusing on pollution, recycling, and sustainable living. Virgo's call was to heal the earth. This Virgoan attention to detail also transformed the workplace and our daily lives. The personal computer revolution began, bringing a powerful new tool for analysis and organization into homes and offices. This was the dawn of the information age, where efficiency and data became paramount. In health, there was a new focus on diet, fitness, and wellness. People began to analyze what they ate and how they lived, seeking to perfect the human body. Pluto in Virgo urged humanity to look at the systems that run our world, from our environment to our bodies, and to work diligently to improve them. From 1984 to 1995, Pluto journeyed through Libra, the sign of the scales. Libra represents balance, justice, relationships, diplomacy. It seeks harmony and fairness in all things. This era was defined by a profound shift in global relationships. The Cold War came to a dramatic end. The fall of the Berlin Wall was a powerful symbol of Libra's influence, tearing down a wall that separated people, seeking a new balance of power. The world entered a new phase of diplomacy and partnership, but Pluto, the planet of hidden truths, also exposes the dark side of its host sign. In Libra, the pursuit of peace was not always peaceful. Pluto revealed the deep imbalances of power and justice in the world. Issues of social inequality, racial injustice came to the forefront of public consciousness. This was an era of high-profile court cases that questioned the fairness of the legal system. In relationships, the AIDS epidemic forced a difficult and painful transformation, changing how we talked about love, sex, and responsibility. Pluto in Libra challenged us to look at our partnerships, personal and political, and confront the uncomfortable truths hidden beneath the surface. Next, Pluto descended into its own home sign, Scorpio, from 1995 to 2008. Scorpio is the sign of death, rebirth, secrets, and shared power. Its energy is intense, probing, and transformative. Here, Pluto is at its most powerful. This period brought humanity face to face with the deepest, most hidden aspects of our world. The era was powerfully marked by the events of September 11, 2001. This single event brought themes of death, destruction, and hidden enemies out into the open. The world became obsessed with secrets, terrorism, and the dark underbelly of global power dynamics. During Pluto's time in Scorpio, nothing could remain hidden for long. The internet evolved from a tool of information into a place of deep connection and exposure. Secrets were revealed on a massive scale, from corporate corruption scandals to hidden government programs. The global financial system, a web of shared resources and debt, a Scorpio theme, was put under intense pressure, leading to the 2008 financial crisis. This crisis was a classic Pluto and Scorpio event, a death of the old system, forcing a painful and necessary transformation. This era was a journey through the shadows, forcing us to confront our collective secrets and fears. From 2008 to 2024, Pluto traveled through Sagittarius, the sign of the Archer. Sagittarius represents belief systems, higher truth, global travel, and freedom. Its energy is expansive, optimistic, and honestly, pretty philosophical. Coming out of the darkness of the Scorpio era, the world began to question its fundamental beliefs. The 2008 financial crisis shattered faith in traditional economic systems. This led to a global conversation about what we believe in and why. Movements like Occupy Wall Street questioned the very philosophy of modern capitalism. The search for a higher truth was on. This era also saw the explosion of social media, a new kind of global communication that connected people across borders and cultures. Ideas and ideologies could now spread around the world in an instant. This had a powerfully mixed effect. It connected global movements for freedom like the Arab Spring, but it also led to the rise of fake news and deep divisions over what is true. Pluto and Sagittarius put our belief systems under a microscope. It forced us to confront the consequences of our global interconnectedness and to question the philosophies that guide our civilizations. We were all firing our arrows of belief, but they were flying in many different directions. Now, beginning in 2024, Pluto is entering the ambitious sign of Aquarius for a 20-year stay. Aquarius is the water bearer, the sign of the future, technology, revolution, and humanity as a whole. Its energy is innovative, forward-thinking, and focused on the collective. We stand at the dawn of a new age. We can already see the themes of Aquarius taking shape: breakthroughs in artificial intelligence, a renewed focus on space exploration, and a growing demand for social structures that serve all of humanity, not just a few. Pluto in Aquarius will challenge and transform the very foundations of our society. This coming era promises a great rebuilding. Pluto will tear down outdated systems of power and control to make way for something new.